What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. As you can see, we're dealing with a little bit of camera technical difficulties. I know it's been a few videos without the camera on, and we're working our best to resolve it. Just some software problems. So we should have the camera back up, hopefully ASAP. Hopefully for tomorrow's video, the camera will be back up and rolling. But for now, we are just going to be doing voiceovers. So bear with me until then, and let's get into today's free pick. So the reason I have this Cardinals game pulled up is we will get into that. So in the premium, 3-unit plays for myself personally are now 12-0 since June, guys. 12-0 on 3-unit plays since June. It's been an absolute heater. It's been a ton of fun. And the Cardinals was our most recent one at +1.5. Go over to the Twitter and check out the bet slip there. But the Cardinals +3.5, or excuse me, +1.5 was our most recent 3-unit, and they got the job done. It was an absolute thriller. It came down to the wire, kicked a game-winning field goal, and ended up winning the game outright. But once again, 3-unit plays are 12-0 since June. Nobody's doing it like that. If you guys want every single 3-unit play, hop up in the premium. And the reason I'm telling you this is because we have one going down and already sent out for the NFL next week. So if you want the 3-unit bet early, if you want it before the line moves, because I guarantee you it will, hop in premium and get the bet early. Now, Scott's locks has been hitting 5 units. Brady's been on fire. Everyone in the StatBets analyst team has been on absolute fire. And there's no better time to join than now because we are bringing in some new analysts, some new faces to just increase the value that we can provide to you guys overall. So go click the top link in bio, get yourself a package, get all the bets super early, beat the lines. That's a huge part of sports betting is getting bets early and beating lines so you can quantify your edge. So click that top link in bio. And we also have free trials now available, guys. We have free trials where you can jump in the Discord. You can see everything that we're doing for completely free. You don't even spend a dime. So use your free trial on like a Monday or a Thursday, maybe a Saturday or Sunday. Get the best slate. Come see if you're rocking with us, and we will go on from there. Looking forward to seeing you in there. Now, for your free pick today, guys, we are going to the ice. It is an absolutely loaded Tuesday for NHL, and I know NBA opening day is back on as well. We have a ton of bets up in the NBA, a lot of props that we love for opening day, but today is going to be dominated by NHL. And the reason I say that is because the Frozen Frenzy is back. If you don't know what the Frozen Frenzy is, essentially it's like Red Zone, NFL Red Zone, but for NHL. We have, I think, over a dozen NHL games on this slate. So it's going to be an awesome slate. We have over 10 NHL bets going down just today, and we are going to get you guys a free pick in this Pittsburgh Penguins and Calgary Flames game going down at 9:30 Eastern. But once again, if you guys are into the NBA, if you guys like that stuff, hop in the premium. We'll have bets there too. But this game is going to be an interesting one between the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Calgary Flames. The Flames have not lost a game yet. They are 4-0-1 this season, only with an overtime loss, but 0 in regulation. And the Pittsburgh Penguins are 3-4, but their record's a little misleading. Their offense has been playing really good hockey. Their defense has just been letting them down. They've had some goaltender problems. They've had to start some backups, but why we like this game is we actually like the Penguins on the money line. We think there's some value in the Penguins on the money line, but I also lean the over. Two potent offenses, two teams capitalizing on the power play. And when that is the case, we go to a team total play. I like the Penguins and I like the over. It makes perfect sense to play their team total over, especially in the NHL. That is an angle that I take frequently. So for your free pick, it is going to be the Pittsburgh Penguins team total over 3 at -140. Now we will move over here just into some of the stats and trends. As you guys can see here that we just talked about, the Pittsburgh Penguins, they only have one season or one game this season where they've won by 1 goal. And the Penguins have scored 3 or more goals in 4 games, earning 6 points in those contests. And also, Pittsburgh has scored one power play goal despite having a bunch of chances. And now the reason I mentioned this only scoring 1 goal on a ton of power play chances is regression. And regression, both positive and negative, is going to be a big key piece essentially of our handicap and of our metric breakdown for this game. Regression comes because of the law of averages, right? So if a team is getting a ton of power play opportunities and they're not converting, this could be a systematic problem, but that is not the case with the Penguins, right? They've been a very good power play unit. They have the top guys like Malkin and Crosby to get the job done. They just haven't been converting this season. And even better, they have been converting goals. They've been scoring over 3 goals a game, but without the power play to help them. And the Flames have been giving up almost 4.4 power play chances per game. So the Penguins' lackluster power play performances should regress to the mean, or rather, should increase to the mean, and they should get tons of scoring chances from the power play alone. Now, the Penguins are getting a ton of scoring chances regardless. They're averaging a ton of shots on goal per game, and we will get into that. And the Flames are allowing a ton of shots on goal per game with a backup goaltender who's actually going to be playing this game. As we can see here, we're going to go over to their backup goaltender stats. And this is the flip side of the coin. This is the negative regression piece. As we can see, the starting goaltender is going to be Dustin Wolf. He is the backup, and he's only played 2 games this season. The first being against the Chicago Blackhawks, who, as we all know, do not have the best offense in the world outside of Connor Bedard. And the second game he played was against the Flyers, where he gave up 3 goals. In this game, though, the Flyers were not able to convert on the power play. And this has kind of been the key for teams against the Flames because the Flames unit has been decent. However, it's going to come back to the mean here. And Dustin Wolf is 2-0 this season with only allowing 2.02 goals per game. However, if we dive into that number a little bit deeper, we can see that his expected goals allowed is actually closer to that 2.6 mark. And that is because he's giving up 40 shots on goal per game, or rather the Flames defense is, and 32 against the Blackhawks. They just weren't able to score. The scoring chances are there and the volume is there, which is the most important piece. Dustin Wolf will come to earth. He will see some regression, and ultimately the Pittsburgh Penguins are a volume team. They'll get a ton of shots on goal, and their power play unit and their power play kill are able to allow them to increase their scoring opportunities per game. And that's kind of why we're seeing their team total juice to that minus 140 line. Now, let's dive into the Pittsburgh Penguins' last 10 games a little bit. They're averaging 3.6 goals and 33.7 shots on goal per game, and that's only with a 25% power play efficiency. They're 1-4 on the year. However, they're scoring 3.6 goals per game. That is very, very high in the NHL, and that will usually correlate to wins. The reason they haven't is because they've been giving up a ton of power plays on defense. Their defensive unit has looked a little bit undisciplined, and this is allowing the opposition to get an extra guy on the ice, or rather the Penguins have to take a guy off the ice, which is killing their time of possession. However, Joel Blomqvist, who will be starting this game in net for the Penguins, and we'll dive into that a little bit, is a very fluid goaltender who doesn't like to stop the puck. He likes to keep the puck in motion, get it to the defenseman, and let the offensive flow. This should increase the Penguins' time, rather, in the neutral zone and in the opposing zone, which, once again, going back to it, will increase their scoring opportunities, which is the biggest thing here when looking at a team total play. If you look at the Flames, though, right, they've conceded 2.9 goals, allowing 28.0 shots, and averaging 4.4 penalties per game. They are conceding 4.4 power plays per game, which against a team like the Penguins is going to really, really hurt them with guys like Rickard Rakell, Sidney Crosby, Evander Malkin, who's been on absolute fire, as we can see, is the top point scorer with 15 points, 4 goals, and 11 assists just this season. That is unbelievable. Those guys are going to do some damage if the Flames cannot stay disciplined, and they're averaging 4.4 penalties per game. I see no reason why their discipline changes any different, especially at home. Defensive teams tend to come out aggressive and tend to make sloppy errors. I also think this game comes down to the wire. If the Penguins have that, 2-1 lead, 3-2 lead at the end, we could see them getting empty netter. Now I'm going to pull up some market stability here. As we can see, some of these guys against the Flames are going over their numbers pretty consistently, and that is a good sign from the market that the Penguins' volume output will be pretty high. And this is due to the Calgary defense giving up 29 shots on goal per game, which is 16th in the league. However, shot attempts per game is 62 shot attempts per game, which is 20th in the league. And then we see this penalty minutes over here and on the right side with 12 penalty minutes per game, which is 28th in the league. So ultimately, this is a very good matchup, especially for the Penguins defensemen to get shots on net, to get shots on goal. And this will lead to some market stability with a regression from the Flames goaltender and a positive regression from this power play unit for the Penguins. Ultimately, with all that combined, I think we see the Penguins get 4 shots on goal. Best of luck as always, and we will see you in the next one.